Hey guys, welcome back. We're continuing the voxel board creation where we left off. If you feel you need to get reacquainted with the topic or you're new to the series, you're welcome to review any of the segments we've covered. A link to the series will be placed in the published section below.
Hi everyone, so we're back. We're going to move into the last installment of the roaming vectors. This one here is moving or looking for the location that's the furthest away on the XYZ. The previous lessons were about just dealing with two of those shifts on the axis, and the first lesson was just on the one axis movement on the Z. So first of all, like the last ones, we've got to find our location. One of the ways I've been able to find is I do a 20 by 20 by 20 offset with a line that is 4 voxels. So that's coming from the front corner, offset by 20 and back by 20 and up by 20. That's what that means. And then we'll take our paint tool, so we'll get a different color, and I'll show you which one I'm looking for on here. You can see, because it jumped out right there, you can see there's a difference in the edge of the line. And I painted one above it. And that's the one there that's got the sharp point going right up to the corner. So you can recognize that's the piece you're looking for. And it's about the 4th or 5th voxel down from the very top edge of that corner. So now what we've got to do is we're going to put it into a closed reactor. So I'm just going to quickly get one of those set up here. It's on the floor. Okay, so also what we got to do is extract this piece. So first I'm just going to change its color, and then what I'm going to do is we've got to put it into a normal reactor first to mark its location. So I'll set one of those up into the air here. Okay, there's the piece inside the reactor. Let me just double check. Nope, I'm low by one. Just redo that. There we go. That's sitting in the reactor properly. So now what we're going to do is take that furthest point up here. I'll just color it quickly so you can see which one I'm talking about. That top corner handle, that's marking that pullout to that point, which is the point that we're after. So I'm going to copy that piece. I'm going to put it into the closed reactor in the top center corner, as we've done in previous lessons. So that marks the other 7. Now what we can do is just copy these closed reactor ones, the other 7, back up into the reactor. And there we go. Now I have all the closed reactor handles back onto our original reactor, and you can see it's made that default number 5 cube at that location. So what we're going to do now is we're going to make a scale with that. So we're going to copy out that, and we're going to set up here in front. So I laid out our structure of our scale. So that will be 1 to 5. And as previous, we're going to need to smooth each one of these down. So I'll take a working copy out front here. Okay, so I just want to make sure I had it with my selection box, and what we're going to do is just our single smooth. It will disappear, and we're going to grab our putty that we have templated, and we're going to re-putty that back in. And that's our number 4, and then we're going to go ahead and copy that. Place it up into our scale. And number 4, and we're going to keep repeating this for number 3, number 2, and number 1. I'll go ahead and do that. And there we go. We have our 1 to 5 on that corner offset. And now we're going to make 6 to 9. So what we're going to do is take our number 4, copy it, make sure I have it. Yeah. We're going to go over to our reactor, and what we're going to do is place number 4 in each of the handles. Now remember, it's the ownership that goes into a normal reactor. When we look at it from here, once you change it over to the roaming reactor, then it'll be a little bit easier to see on the visual side. And there's our number 6. So I'll go ahead and copy that out. And we'll come and place it up beside number 5. And then we're going to repeat this process for number 3, 2, and 1. And there we go. That's our 6, 7, 8, and 9 in this set. So that'll be our base set for our third roaming board of offsets. Okay, now we got this set all made. This will be our base set again. So what I'm going to do is just cut this, and I'm just going to move it out of the way to a board here. And we'll just put it at the bottom. Now for our next set above that, for our next set, we're going to be doing the aligned vertical ones. And the only difference for doing that is how we stack our default piece to begin with. So again, we're just going to come back and reset up our reactor. So I'm just going to quickly make a new one. And to get that number 5, well, we got the number 5 piece over here. So what am I doing? I'll just grab this one and reload the reactor with it. And that's her. I'll just leave that reactor there, and what we'll do with that default number 5 is we're gonna, right off the floor, go up 2, and then start laying them out in a vertical run. And then take our selection box, position it over the ownership boxes. And then what we're going to do is smooth down once. If it disappears, we'll bring out our putty. And we re-puttied that in, and that's our number 4. So we'll just copy one of them out and from the center. And we'll place that into a new set here. Get ready. There we go, 4 and 5 are sitting there, and what I'm just going to do is repeat this process by coming back, putting my selection box onto a stack, and we'll smooth it down again. And then we're going to re-putty it. Copy number 3 and bring it over. And again, repeat the process for 2. And one last time for number 1. And now we have our 1 to 5, and like our previous set, we're going to use our 1 to 4 to make our 6 to 9 through the reactor. So we're going to go start by copying number 1 and positioning it into this reactor here up here. And that's our number 6 piece. And then we'll repeat this for 2, 3, and 4. I just realized I put number 9 in the wrong spot because I used number 1 to make this one. There's our number 7. And there we go, that's the aligned set. Using that stacking technique to smooth down and keep them aligned to the number 5 position on the top and bottom. So I'll quickly just get my selection box and copy this over to the board. So there we have our basic starting set, which is just that single voxel smoothing technique, and then our line set, which is right above it, using that vertically stacked technique. And then to do the stretched basic ones, in previous ones we're able to get away with doing the entire row at once. With these pieces here, we have to do them actually individually. So what we're going to do is we're going to take number 1, and this is from the bottom row, not the lined row. That's the middle row, so we're not going to work with that now. It's just going to stay as that as our row in between these two sets. Okay, so for the top row, what we're going to do is stretch the bottom row. In previous boards, we were able just to do the whole row at once. With this being offset the way it is, we're going to need to do each piece individually. So first what I'm going to do is just color this row, make it easier to see. And I'm going to go in and grab number 1. Okay, now that I got number 1 copied there, what you do is you paste your number 1 up into the air, and then without moving, you're going to want to mirror it 3 different times. 1 on each of the colored axes, so 1 on your red axis, 1 on your blue axis, and then 1 on your green axis. Then you're going to go up 1, then negative paste. And what that's going to do is stretch out that number 1 to its full stretch from kitty corner to kitty corner. And then we can copy that, add it to the, and start making a board right above these is the stretched board for these numbers. And what we're going to do is just go through each number and do that. And there we go. That is the upper stretch row of the basic set. And on our next lesson, we'll go over the vertical alignment row and the other stretching technique that pulls it out to the outside of those two corner points.
We appreciate everyone tuning in to the series. Be sure you're following us on Twitter. If you found this video helpful, please consider leaving a like, share this video on your favorite media sites, and subscribe for future landmark news.